So really welcome everybody who is here on spot in Tallinn at Talte in our retro style auditorium, remembering the time when we are at school. We have plenty more people joining us over the internet from about 10 countries. So we are really glad to have you here. And by now we have gathered the city challenges, and now we hope that the researchers will dig deeper into the challenges and we see what the solutions could be. But in order to go through, what's the process? Because some of you have heard it, but some of you have not. So I'll go it through so you get hopefully some answers to your questions and can then ask for more from me. So in general, the process is so that we always start with city challenges to find out what are the real things in real city settings. Then we have the researchers, mostly from Talte and Aalto, but we also gladly hiring researchers from other places in the wide world. And they are the ones then to propose solutions that are research-based and let's say really novel and innovative developments. And as the results, these should be products and services that are needed for many, many cities in the world. So scalable products and services that we can really get to the market. And of course, the effect that we want to have is the happier citizens and healthier planet inside the urban environment. So that's kind of the general setting of that. We have already done 2 rounds of those smart city challenges, one in 2020, the other in 21. It means that we have already developed 6 solutions, done 6 pilot projects, 4 larger ones that were 29 months, the 4 first ones here on the screen, and then 2 ones for 18 months from the second round. So you will also find information about these solutions from our homepage. So very welcome to get to know these as an inspiration, but also for cities, definitely for take them into use because they are already kind of usable things. And we are really glad, for example, DigiAudit has already some clients, and there is quite a lot of interest about the renovation strategy from the city side. So we hope that they will really get used by many, many, many more cities. So now coming to the rounds 3 and 4, then yes, all these pilots are funded by the European Regional Development Fund money given to Estonia and the Estonian Ministry of Research and Education. And this is given to the Finnish Center for Smart Cities, really in order that we become sustainable and live forever and become a really, really strong research and development center, doing more and more pilot projects and developing new research-based solutions into the cities. So getting the research to the real streets, to the real people. So for these 2 rounds, we have around 8 million euros available, and we intend to do 7 new smart city solutions, 4 from this round and 3 from the next round. So what are these pilot projects? So as you read the challenges, so it's not just I take my fellow research and this is the solution. In most of the cases, you need researchers from different institutes in the university, from different disciplines, in order to find the real solution. So it's not just a tiny technical thing. And that has been the challenge for the pilots, also for the previous period, but also the interesting side, because you need to get these researchers from different institutes to understand each other, start to talk the same language and understand the topic. From all the pilots, of course, we want also research results, articles, and better researchers into our team, but definitely we want this real solution cities that will become a product of company or then the licensing agreement with a company for us. And in these new rounds, we want minimum 1 Estonian town and 1 foreign town or city in each pilot project. And it is, as I said, it is funded from the structural funds money given to Estonia. So we cannot do a pilot project without an Estonian town. And when you looked at these challenges, at which cities have expressed the interest, then you see that in some of the cases, the Estonian town is missing. So there we still need to see if we can get the Estonian city interested. If not, then unfortunately we cannot proceed with these challenges. But we want definitely also a foreign city interested and join the pilot in order that we work with a solution that's not only applicable in Estonian conditions, but really we take into account the conditions in other countries as well. So for the cities, really, yeah, first there is this impact thing that really we want the citizens happy and our city is more climate friendly. And there should be the research questions that we now formalized based on the challenges that the cities have sent. We want also the citizens as much as possible engaged. Of course, it differs according to the challenge and the solution, but definitely in order to have the long-term impact, we need to engage in one other way also the citizens. And yeah, in all the problem, in all the challenges and solutions, it's not only technology that makes the miracle, but we need to deal with the data and the governance topics in all the cases that it really gets implemented inside the cities, not just stays in the drawer or for some one person inside the city. The KPIs or the goals for the pilot projects, yes, we want new solutions to be implemented in many cities. The ambition of the center is to have 10 new solutions implemented in at least 30 cities by 2030. So we are on the way on that. We want to offer services at the Finnish center to many more cities. And we are happy to create either spin-off companies or then do cooperation with the existing companies that they become the commercialization partners of the solutions. Of course, we need wider impact to the citizens and cities and the environment. And from the research side, definitely like research articles, also wider media articles to get the publicity. We are happy to engage new researchers into our team to build a stronger team. And of course, also follow-up grants from Horizon 2020 and other programs to continue the development. So about the length and the money involved in the pilot projects. So from this round, we want to start 2 large pilot projects and 2 medium-sized. Large pilot projects are 3 years, medium-sized are 2 years. And the budgets respectively are about the big ones, 1.23 million, and the mid-sized 850K about. So this is about the size. So they are now, we can do somewhat longer than they were in round 2 and round 3. In general, the setup of the pilots, as you see, there is one is this longer thing and then the smaller thing. So the first phase is always to bring together the researchers and the cities and to really adapt and develop what is the solution. Do the needed additional research if needed, really talk more with the cities and understand how it could fit best. Then the second phase is the pilot itself, running in those 2 cities. It can be more, of course, it depends on the solution, how many cities you can involve. And also these private campuses, whom we also have here, can have the pilot cases. And also the pilot analysis then has to take place during these 12 months in the middle. And then by the end of this phase 2, we find out if this pilot makes sense, meaning like if this solution brings any effect. We also want to see further validation about the need and the business plan, how it will be really commercialized. And if we see that there is potential, then we give the go or yes to the phase 3. And this is already further development and preparing to get to the market. So this is the beginning of the process, and this first phase is nearly done. The focus here has been mostly on the cities, counties, and campuses. So we have received 34 challenges from 23 cities, counties, and campuses. They are, as you see on our homepage. I hope you have read them. They came from 8 different countries. all over the world. And also we gave the cities the opportunity to vote for the challenges, meaning like say which of the challenges proposed by other cities are also very important for them. So by now we have 34 cities who have voted for the challenges and from 10 countries. So this is, and probably we will have still some more. We will give the opportunity for additional cities to vote until the end of October. So, and when they listen now for the challenges and maybe get some ideas, that this is really important for me. So as said previously, in order to keep the challenge in this round, there needs to be minimum one Estonian city and one foreign city interested having this challenge. On top of that, there can be these private campuses like Port of Tallinn and Ülemiste city and so forth and so forth. But this is the minimum that we need to have. And by now, 20 challenges out of those 34 have like fulfilled the criteria. So you can also see these cities are named on the homepage. So with them, it's all okay. 3 challenges, unfortunately, have got no votes, but there is still time. As I said, you can still promote it today, and maybe they will come. And 9 challenges miss an Estonian town, and 1 challenge misses a foreign town. So I give, as I said, the cities can still vote until the end of October, but on 1st of November, I will delete those challenges from the round that don't fulfill the minimum criteria. So the researchers, if you're thinking of the solution, then keep that in mind, that if there is no vote, so it's doubtful that it will come, but possible. The most popular ones that came out, number 1 is the Smart City Roadmap. Of course, it's difficult to do the technical solution, but you never know what the researchers come up with. We had a good example about that from Stavanger in our August workshop for the cities. So let's see what the solutions will be to offer to that. Top 2 is the carbon impact planning tool. So that's really relevant for many, many cities. So if someone can really think out something, how to handle that, that would be very important. Then also in the top is the urban sensing mobile node network, then urban underground infrastructure, and collection of transport and mobility data. So these are the ones that are really have the biggest number of cities interested. So we have the hope that there really is the need if you will have a good solution to offer. So yeah, now we kind of throw the ball to the researchers, and the researchers need to come up with initial solution ideas by the end of November and send it to us. And there is also the template at our homepage that's also short, maximum 3 pages. We will not evaluate these ideas that you send to us, but we will put them on the homepage like we did with the challenges. And you can send only the solutions that target the challenges from this round, not just an interesting idea that you think someone needs, yeah? So really, when you send the solution idea, then you need to name the concrete challenge you are targeting that you find at our homepage, and then you offer the solution. You are very welcome to already talk with those cities who were in these challenges. The emails are available there, and if you open the PDFs, then in most of the cases, there is also the phone number. But by November 30, you don't need to get the confirmation yet from the city that they definitely join. Of course, you can have it. But in December 13, we will have the workshop where you can do further matchmaking, find other researchers. Maybe there are some solution ideas that make sense to put together when you read them and join as the teams, for example. And then, yes, in December, you really need to start to form the consortia. The full proposals, not full, but okay, there's kind of 6 pages proposals where already you have minimum 2 cities and the research team we need by the end of February 29, and these we will evaluate. Then you already need to have the confirmation from the city, so you can't just say that Barcelona is interested, but we need to know that this is a concrete person behind that, and they have confirmed that they are on board. They are really interested. We still recommend, in reality, in this phase, to have more than 2 cities involved. that's kind of gives you the security that, yeah, if working further, it comes out that one of the cities is not motivated enough for really, you cannot finally do the pilot in it. So you have a possibility to change. Then in March, we will evaluate these initial ideas. These will be ministries, people from Estonian ministries who will look also the wider picture for Estonia, that it's not more like one city specific thing, but really many cities in Estonia could be interested in it. And we as the Finnish Center will look more on the scalability and business opportunity, like do we see it as really building our team and really offering of like developing for us the good products that we could bring us income so that we could do more and more pilot projects and develop more and more solutions. So on consensus, we will then decide which are the 10 best ones. And these 10 best ones then get about 4 months and a little bit, we also can cover the costs around 12K, some salary and traveling costs for those cities and researchers to work together and prepare now already the full proposal. Full meaning quite some pages, really think through, okay, do the real budget, do the real action plan. We will also, one of us will join each team to really help to do that, so that they will be really strong, because we are not evaluating the final ones anymore. This will be the International Evaluation Committee who will choose then the 4 best ones. 2 medium-sized, 2 large ones will be then chosen, and November 1 will be the launch date for the first 4 pilot projects. I will not go too deep to this phase. We will do it later when we are already getting closer to that. But yeah, we will evaluate the business potential, wider impact, research competence and potential, and then is how this helps the Finnish Center to become more sustainable. These are the criteria to evaluate. So what's there for the cities? Yes, you will get the tailor-made smart solutions nearly for free. In this phase, all the money will be in the hands of Taltech. So we need to do all the tenders, cover all the costs, buy experts from the cities, cover the travel costs of the cities. So the cities have no bureaucracy or nearly no bureaucracy. We have to take care of everything, but we can cover the costs. Usually the cities ask like, okay, is there an own financing? There is no own financing percentage, but of course you have to keep in mind that most probably you need to involve some more people during these 2 or 3 years than we buy the experts. So probably there is some, and as we want those solutions to stay and work in your city, so meaning you have to plan the long-term costs. We are not going to ask you a fee, but there can be a server cost, there can be a room cost, whatever. So maybe you need to hire a person, whatever it means. But yeah, we want it to stay in your city working. And yes, for foreign cities, we can cover the traveling costs, well, but we cannot cover the daily allowance. So that's also a part of own financing then. And for foreign cities, of course, it's maybe a good opportunity to work with the digitally advanced Estonian cities. And for Estonian cities, definitely there are interesting aspects to learn from working together with some foreign cities who have done some different kinds of developments. And hopefully the term will be also some long-term cooperation with Taltech and new things for you. For the researchers, yeah, you really have the opportunity to pilot your research results with real cities, with real life, with real people, real conditions. And if you are interested, then yes, it can become a product, it can be a business success. So many cities in the world can start to use something developed by you. It's also an interesting opportunity to work with an interdisciplinary team with researchers from other institutes, maybe you're not used to work with until now. And also to gather data from those pilots for the long-term interests of your research. And for researchers, yes, working for Taltech, really the costs are covered 100%. And in this new scheme, it's the Horizon scheme. So on top of the direct costs, there is 25% of the overhead paid, except on subcontract. And the researchers from other universities, you are welcome to join us. We can hire you part-time, depending on your contributions, and we are happy to match you with TalTech researchers if you are interested. But we cannot have juridical partners as other universities. Yeah, so it's a little explanation also for researchers how it's different from Horizon grants. So here it's really the Finistent invests this money into the pilot projects to earn it back from the commercial success in order to do more pilots. So we don't want to become rich, but we want to develop more and more solutions. And unfortunately, we don't have the taxpayers' money pouring in for the eternity. We as the center will also be in each pilot. So we will manage, one of us will manage each of those pilots. So we will be parts in the team. It's not just we give money to someone and then ask the reports. We will really be involved in the teams. Also, the intellectual property will belong to the Finnish Center. TalTech has the juridical body, and we are very happy to share the profits with the researchers who are involved and help us to make the commercial success to be true. But that's the case. And yes, this is European Regional Development Fund money. So there is quite a lot of bureaucracy. Who has been involved, they know. But so we need to prove each action with lots of papers. But yeah, as said, we have at the moment the European and Estonian taxpayers' money, about 15 million, that we invest into those 13 pilots. We work strongly to have a commercial success of those solutions, so that the investment paid comes back to us and we can start more and more pilots also after this concrete financing term is over. That's the aim. So the next steps, and then we can see the questions and have answers to that. So for the researchers, as said, we need your solution ideas by November 30. The template is at our homepage. It's not long, so maximum 3 pages. You need to target one of the challenges at the homepage that has minimum 1 Estonian and 1 foreign city interested. You don't need to get the confirmation from the city yet, but you can. And the cities can still vote for the challenges until the end of October. So if you haven't done, or you didn't name 5 or whatever, then you can still do that. So these solution ideas will be at our homepage from December 1. So you are very welcome then to read from there and see if some seem interesting for you, if they haven't contacted you, and give them feedback. And then, yes, December 13, we will have the next workshop to already discuss the solution ideas and start to form the consortia where it is not formed. And after that, it's really for you, the researchers and cities, to start the meetings and to prepare the proposals and discuss really the best fit between the challenge and the solution, and make the proposal of maximum 6 pages by the end of February, and these we will evaluate. These are our nice partners and financiers. And now, yes, the questions. Anna, do we have questions there already in the internet? Can you get it from somewhere so we can start with these, and then, yeah, you have your questions ready here. Yes, the recording will be available, slides as well. Okay, the question has been like, can it be offered by researchers only, or can it be offered by a company or developer? Meaning we cannot finance companies, but the companies are very welcome to make a joint team with our researchers, and they can be long-term commercialization partners. So we are happy to cooperate with companies, but we cannot directly finance companies. But definitely the work of researchers is covered, the work, all the piloting is covered by us and so forth, but we cannot, for example, give salary money for the company. Can researchers be a mini consortium of universities and SMEs? No, unfortunately, I said this money is given to TalTech. We cannot have any other juridical bodies. So we can hire people, researchers from other universities, happily to our team as persons. And we did it also in the last round. Several other researchers, for example, have been working for us. So happy to hire them, but we cannot have juridical partners. Meaning we can have, but we cannot then give them money. They can be just additional partners with their own financing and get the benefit of all the other costs, the researchers' salaries and piloting costs covered. Did we get all these? About the last slide, if researchers and their solution by November 30, how the cities will be able to check the solution? Sorry, sorry, that's my mistake. It's December to December 12, yeah, when you can check the solutions, because the seminar is on December 13. Is it possible to develop a framework within the context of a smart city? I'm not sure. Is it Einar? Can you maybe explain? Can you unmute yourself and explain what you mean, the framework within the smart city? Okay, hopefully Einar comes online. Victoria, maybe you can give your question and then we go from, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, my question is, did I understand correctly that we need to have a team of researchers, and then the team of researchers who is employed by Finest in case we get funded, then yeah, that the team gets this personnel funding. Neither the Estonian city nor the foreign city personal costs are not eligible, only direct costs and travel costs are eligible. And if we partner also with some company, personal costs are not eligible, only some direct costs are eligible. But if somebody from the company wants to join the team, then this person can be hired by TalTech, let's say, part-time. Is it so? Did I understand it correctly?
Not entirely.
Okay.
Okay, for the cities, we will hire experts from both partner cities. So we cover the salary costs for the cities. Of course, it's the limited sum, but still, yeah, we can cover the personnel costs of cities, but it's not the money given to the city, but we will buy experts from cities on top of direct costs. From the companies, we cannot hire people, because if the company wants to become the long-term investment partner, we need to secure that we are not doing privileges to this company. Otherwise, we are not allowed anymore to give kind of prefer them to be the #1 commercialization partners, because the law says that the company whom we can prefer has to invest at least 10% of the total development cost. Otherwise, we need to go to the open market and offer it to anyone. Of course, all the companies can participate in tenders. There will be probably quite some tenders during the pilot, but these are the open tenders and we cannot prefer anyone like, okay, I like this company or that company. These are public tenders, and then we can definitely cover all the costs that that is proposed by the companies.
And is there a limit? For example, if there are people hired from the city experts, what is the limit? Is like, is there like limit in terms of money?
Some you are limited with the total budget of the pilot. So if you need less for the research team, you can give more for the city team and vice versa. Any other questions from the audience here? And from the internet, nothing more came on. Okay, but we seem we are quite in. Okay, one question, Uljana.
Hi, yeah, I just wanted to clarify because we are the company, but we really find the challenges really interesting, and we would like to participate. And yeah, I think Victoria had some good question that answered part of my question, but you also mentioned that at the end the company can reap the benefits in a way once the project is finished. But how exactly would that be?
Okay, this will be definitely like a negotiation between the company and us, but we have different options in this first round. We have, for example, DG Audit is now licensed to one company, so they pay us a percentage of the profit. And so there are different schemes. We can also, I don't know, make a joint company or whatever the scheme. This we will agree with on concrete. It depends on what the company brings on table. In one case, for example, we had a company who brought in one software that was already developed to one phase, and the pilot continued from there. So it's a different case when we start from zero.
Okay, that's something we can do. So that would be kind of like a contribution, for example, that would cover 10% and we can become a partner.
Yes.
Without a tender. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Can the city work with local researchers? Yeah. If you want to work, and then if the researchers are ready to work for free for you, for the pilot, happy to have anyone. We can also hire these local researchers into our team as people, but yeah, we cannot transfer money to a foreign university, except if we make a tender and this university happens to win the tender. Then we can also involve those juridical bodies for some concrete task. But the Horizon scheme says that subcontracting is the only thing that we don't get the overhead. So of course, we don't want to have too much subcontracting, and I guess the pilots also don't want that. If needed, if that really makes sense, then we can do that.